Welcome to Small Business Stories, part of Campaign Shop Independent. Each week we will be going behind the scenes of small businesses from across the country, from studios, high street shops and kitchen tables, bringing to life the magic of small businesses and the stories collected along the adventure of being a founder. Thank you to our small business supporters NatWest, 3, Dell, Royal Mail and Pinterest. This week's episode is Christmas Lessons, and we've had the pleasure of catching up with 3 incredible small businesses who know a thing or two about how to survive and thrive at this time of the year. Phil and Tanya, the creative duo behind Harrow and Green, founders of Modo Creative, Emma and Andrew, and the brilliant Sandra from Quirky Chocolate.
Hello, I'm Phil.
And I'm Tanya.
And we're Harrow and Green. We specialise in all sorts of product development, but mostly Christmas products, and most famously for us, a Christmas sack. We created, back in 2013, just for some friends, to be honest. We didn't think it was ever going to take off. It was not. We both had jobs at the time, so it was a bit of a part-time thing. And in the first Christmas, we just had one email out, I think, to a friend of ours whose husband's in the army.
And then, of course, it all escalated. So that was quite exciting. That was, and then we realised that we had something that was worth pushing forward with.
Exciting, but really scary too, because it was like, wow, how can we do this?
Around the whole house, we printed off all the orders, and there were boxes and boxes in order all over the floor.
We had this big whiteboard up saying, okay, did we make 250? Did we? And some days you do 220, and we'd say to the team,
not enough.
When I say the team, I'm talking about Tanya's mother, some of my work colleagues,
they'd come in.
Some of the neighbours. We literally got everyone we knew. So we're on our 8th Christmas now.
Slick, we're really slick now.
Now we're in a studio in Dulwich, it's very nice. We have staff.
We are still on the front line though. So for example, every sack that you get will have been tied round with a ribbon by me. And I think if you do walk away from it and you have other people doing the whole process, mistakes happen and it loses something. It's great having staff and they're wonderful, but it can lose something.
That's very core to our business, that we put in some ways quality above quantity.
Do one thing and do it well.
One of our sayings is, if we're going to fail quickly, because you see it doesn't sell, stop. Don't try and sort of like resurrect it year on year and just keep on churning. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
You really have to believe in your product and you have to believe in yourself. That is really, really, really important.
There's a lot of talk about the imposter syndrome. A lot of people, especially small businesses out there.
Holly talks about the imposter syndrome
I think
a lot.
A lot of people have that, and it's a shame because it's forced upon you sometimes. But you just got to have confidence in yourself, and if you've got that, then you'll pull through anything.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Emma.
And we're Modo Creative.
So at Modo, we design and make a whole range of homeware and gifts, from big wooden painted signs right down to, the tiny box of mindful candles.
We are online, but we also have a bricks and mortar shop in our village.
Well, yeah, any small business will tell you that Christmas is chaos, but we make it fun for the team.
You get to bonfire night, and then from bonfire night onwards, you are just knee-deep in Christmas orders, which, if you're prepared and ready for it, is great. If you're not, becomes this
overwhelmingly stressful event. We have 3 children, Oscar, Ollie and Otis. At Christmas, the kids have no choice. They have to be involved. They always have been. They don't know any different, to be honest. It's just part of a Christmas when you have a small family business and you're all part of it. Even, the grandparents get involved. So Christmas 2012 was the most stressful Christmas.
We thought we could do it all. We'd planned to move house, but then just as the orders sort of kicked in, there was no internet, and I'd completely forgotten. I'd cancelled everything. I'd cancelled the internet.
And literally on the same day, the orders just started crashing
Rocket,
in.
yeah. And there was just the two of us.
Just us. No internet. I was pregnant. They had a party room in this cafe and we moved into that.
Employed 2 members of staff overnight in our panic. That was the first time we employed anyone in.
I think if you're looking for ways of getting your brand and your story out there, I would definitely say social media, particularly video content. It's just such a great way to engage with your customers, and it's free, not time-wise, but monetary-wise. Social media is free. We've learned many lessons along the way. Just because you get double the orders doesn't mean you just need to double your time. Double the orders often means a lot more than double the time. Yeah, all those small businesses out there just looking at the tsunami of Christmas that's coming towards you. Get your frozen meals ready, get everything your Christmas shopping needs to get done. Make sure you've got some treats on the horizon, and then it's just all hands on deck, heads down, and Christmas music on.
You will look back on it and enjoy it. Even though it's stressful in the midst of those orders, you will enjoy looking back and thinking, yes, and you've done it, and you can sit back with a lovely glow of satisfaction that you nailed Christmas. And then you've still got Christmas to enjoy.
Hello, I'm Sophie Ellis Baxter, and I really wanted to send a message to everybody running their own small business. Just to say, you knew already when you set up your small business that you were adventurous, good at taking risks, resilient, creative, and that you'd have to dig deep some days to get through the next day and keep your business going. What you didn't know is quite how much you'd be tested this year on all of those qualities that you already have. So I just want to say well done for being so close to the end of 2020. You've nearly made it through a year that's been crippling for so many businesses, but you are still here, still doing the thing that you love. And 2021 is on the horizon, and with it comes, hurrah for science, a much better year. And not just that, I think a lot of people this year, through the power of the internet and the story that's brought your business into light, have really connected with what it is that you're up to. So this Christmas, a lot more people will be shopping small, and you'll be doing that happy dance that you make when someone makes a purchase all the more often. And yeah, just well done you, really. Like I said, you already knew you were doing something special, and this year you get an extra kind of bonus celebration of all those amazing qualities and the business that you have. So well done, you've done yourself proud. It's nearly New Year's Eve. You made it. Lots of love.
Hi, I'm Sandra. I am the founder of quirkychocolate.com, so that makes me, by definition, Quirkstar #1. We've been going for, actually, I cannot believe, about 12 years, which is ridiculous. And give people, when they're looking to spend a few pennies on a nice present, they feel that they can buy something that they can connect to and relate to. And hopefully, if it's quirky enough, it makes them laugh or smile. Laugh out loud is what we're aiming for. I feel really grateful to have the people I've got. And I mean, this year has emphasised how important it is who you work with. What I think I've learned in the last year in terms of growing a group of people is that actually you're a sum of your parts. It doesn't matter if you're the cleaner, it doesn't matter if you're the CEO. Like, you're all identical. If you feel that you're part of a team, then you just do what's right. We came up with this idea, Everyone Hates Sprouts came up in our, we were just playing around, and then it was like, oh, imagine if it was delicious Sprout, imagine if you loved Sprout. At the time we weren't making chocolate, I was dealing with a chocolatier, so I phoned her, can you make a Sprout? It's like a truffle's about the same size, cover it in green, and I just instantly knew that was a winner. And then as soon as we put them live, we sold out. We just couldn't keep up on that year one. So year one was about turning the tap on, making 1,000 or so, and then switching it off and on and off. And of course that created a buzz, of like, oh my God! My memories of that period of trying to how many more can you make? And could I come and help? You can meet me halfway. I had to hire a van and she'd drive up, and we did this Sprouts exchange in a car park at the services. And of course, they're bright green. And anyone looking was just, what are you doing? Every 4 days we were doing these runs, and it was a 5-hour round trip. There was many days where we thought we literally, we're going to fail, but actually we delivered every sprout that was on order. We've all heard the story, there's a life cycle of a product. So obviously when we had that peak, we knew that we had at least another year or two. Everything about business is gamble, but the odds are in your favor. If you sold out 1 year, I would say you would definitely get a year 2 out of it. And you get overexcited when you grow a business, you say yes to everything. You'd be better to focus on one thing really, really well. And we're old timers here, so we've made all the mistakes, we've done thousands of things that haven't worked. Really focus in and do some things really well. You cannot service your staff, you can't do your job unless you have spent time investing in yourself. And it is quite corny, but we're probably all feeling it this year more than ever, that then the time that you spend at your desk or doing your job, it's just a part of what you do. It's not all you do, because the minute it's all you do, then you're quite a dull person as well, because you're just consumed with stress and worry.
Thank you for watching and being part of Campaign Shop Independent. Please do share our message to support small this Christmas far and wide. And thank you again to our small business supporters, NatWest 3, Dell, Royal Mail and Pinterest.